Yo, what is up, guys? It is AZ Foodster, and we are back with another episode of Heavy Hitters. And today's heavy hitter, we have Jay's Cocina.
Hello, hello, Jace Casino here.
So, Jay, tell me a little bit about your business.
So it's crazy because I didn't start cooking until I was like 28 years old. Like I did not know how to cook, like not even spaghetti, anything. So when I started cooking, like when I was 28, I was doing only birria at the time, only the ramens, and that was when COVID had just started. So it was like a very bad time to start selling food, but it kind of just blew up from there because I was always like on social media even before that. Like I always did like food reviews and stuff. So I kind of had like a little bit of a following there. So yeah, and it kind of just started really blowing up because of the Cheeto balls. So like I used to do like barbacoa, pozole. I miss doing all that, but everybody wants like the Cheeto balls right now. So
What made you do the hot Cheeto bombs?
I saw somebody in Texas do like the Budon ones, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start doing the birria ones. And I went to go look everywhere, Instagram, TikTok, to see if somebody else was doing them, and I think I seen somebody, the guy that does like food reviews, like not food reviews, but he makes like crazy food, like Chef Sue, I think his name is. He did birria ones, and I was like, oh, but I don't see like actual restaurants do them. So I was like, let me try that. But they were so I probably started them like 2 years ago, but they're so time consuming, and it was just me, like, by myself at the time, so I was like, "Heck no," like, it was too time consuming, so I just kept doing, like, barbacoa and stuff like that. But then I did start seeing, like, other people, like, doing birria ones, and I was like, "You know what? Let me start doing mine again," and it kinda just really blew up from there.
Tell me a little bit about your early days when you started, to sell them. Like, where were you? And, like, your transition into, I believe it's like,
Yeah, so I was selling from home for a while just because, like, everybody would always tell me like, "Oh, get a restaurant." But like, usually you see people like that start restaurants, like they have like their whole family. They have like their cousin on the grill, they have like their like, sister doing cashier or something. Like I don't have family like that. It's just me. So I didn't really have like a team or like support. Well, like I feel like my social media does support me a lot, but I didn't have like that physical support, you know what I mean? So I feel like it was hard for me like to actually build it up to where I'm at now just because like I have to hire people and like put my trust into, employees.
right.
So yeah.
To be completely honest, I thought from Highland you were gonna go to a brick and mortar and have a restaurant.
I know
What's
a
so that
lot
I
of
had thought.
people did think that too. And like I had it planned out too, but like I said, like I don't have like a big team. Like it's
Mm.
right now it's just me and my boyfriend, and we do a lot. Like we both put in like almost 24/7 work, you know what I mean? So it's we still need like a solid team, to get like an actual restaurant.
What were you working like before you started this business?
That's what's crazy because I used to like switch jobs like all the time. Like I hate being told what to do, and when somebody's like disrespectful towards me, like I'm just the type to be like, "Oh, okay, I got you," and then like I'll just up and leave. So I was working at like T-Mobile, at Cricket, Metro, some call centers, Amazon. I was working at a lot of different places. I was always switching jobs all the time.
I met you when I met you on social media.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you had
Yeah,
asked me to come over to do a video.
yeah,
It was like that place was it was Highland.
yeah. It was a ghost kitchen. But we left there because, like, I feel like a lot of people didn't like ordering from them. They're like, "It's so sketchy here." They'll be like, "Oh, it feels like it's like a doctor's office. It's like a dispensary." So we would get like, a lot of negativity from there. So that's why we left from there.
So now you're transitioning into the food truck
Yes,
industry.
yes.
Like
I'm
I want
working
you
in
to
the
be a
food
round of
truck.
applause.
Thank you, thank you, thank
That's a
you.
big step. It's pretty awesome.
It's a lot of work. Like I kind of imagine, obviously it's gonna be a lot more work just because we have to like, move everything to the food truck daily and take everything out daily. So it's a lot more work, but it's heavy work too.
How long were you operating at Highland?
I think almost 6 months, to be honest. Yeah, almost 6 months.
So what made you buy a food truck?
I feel like because like when I used to do like food reviews, like I always like going to like the food truck events, and I would always see them. And I'm like, you know what? I love that type of vibe. Like I just love being there. Like I love, I like the food, trying different food everywhere. So I would always say like, oh, I really want a food truck one day, But that was like before I was even cooking. So it's just crazy to actually have a food truck now. So I just like the energy, I actually like connecting with people too. So it's like
I
also moving around too. So
So you've already started operating your food truck.
yeah, like I tried to do everything possible to be up and running by Saturday. I was like, we have to, but Saturday, two people didn't show up and it was hectic. Like I think that the wait time got up to like almost 2 hours, which is like not okay, but yeah, it got very crazy. It got very crazy. I mean, like the last thing I want to do, is waste people's time, Like I want to give everybody a good experience, but that day was like too many problems were coming up, like because we didn't know. I've never been in the food truck in my life. I've never walked into one, So to be running the food truck, like for my first time, it got crazy, but we got the hang of it now. And I think on Sunday when we did sell again, it I think the wait time only was like 20 minutes,
Oh,
so it
nice.
went good. Yeah.
That's good. So where are you located right now, where people can just come in and
So
support?
we do want to move around, but right now, we're gonna be at the Barrio Clothing for Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays, and then Saturday and Sundays we're gonna be at the Lights of the Valley.
Muy bien, muy bien. I mean, what else was there anything you wanted to highlight within your business?
No, I mean, we were gonna be in the hip hop festival on April 11th. We're gonna be in that one as well.
Mhm.
So yeah, so we're hoping to be prepared for that as well. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of work, but I feel like everything that comes across, like I'm able to overcome it. Like that day, like I was so stressed. Like I wanted to cry. Like I don't know if you saw me, like I
I
was
did, yes.
all over the place. Like everybody was upset. Like it was so bad. But we were able to overcome it. So
I
yeah.
was there with my family, and I was just right there
Really?
seeing you.
Oh my
I wanted to
god.
jump in there and help you.
I know. I was in my head. I was like, I wish someone would just like jump in and like help me real quick. But no, it was crazy that day.
So tell me a little bit more about your growth on social media, as far as like Facebook and then Instagram, and I'm not sure if you do TikTok as well.
Yeah, I do TikTok too. So in fact, I always try to support everybody. Like I'm always like very supportive towards everybody. Like even if they have 500 followers, 1K followers, like I'm always there supporting whatever they're doing, their content. I feel like that's how like everybody grows these days, and I've always been the type to record everything. Even like back then before really even like social media was like a big thing. I was always the one recording everything, everything. They would call me like mini iCarly or something, you know what I mean? So, um, yeah, I feel like just being like able to support like a lot of different creators, like I feel like I'm able to get that support in return.
That's right.
Mhm.
So I know that you're barely stepping into the food truck industry, and I've
Mhm.
had my eye on it for a minute now, and I kind of just wanted to like kind of give you some advice in a sense.
Mhm.
I just want you to stay strong and stay encouraged. You have
Mhm.
a great concept, and it's very delicious. But
Thank
not
you.
only that, but the presentation is very aesthetically
Thank
pleasing, and
you.
just the cheese pool and all that is
Mhm.
very, very delicious. So
Yeah,
you
thank
have
you.
a great concept on your hands,
I
and
appreciate
I
you.
want you
Yeah.
to stay strong and stay encouraged, because the food truck industry is no joke. Like
No, yeah.
uh, you could be cashier and that generator runs out of gasoline. You
I know,
could be right there.
I know. That's all the problems that we kept coming across, and I've never ran one, so I didn't know what to do. We're freaking out. It's like we forget something, but we're far from the stores, so it was just a lot like that. But we're more prepared now, so hopefully it goes good from now.
So yeah, just stay strong. Really, just stay encouraged. I've never had a food truck myself, but
Mhm.
I've been in the industry for a little bit,
Yeah.
and what I've noticed is that they stay in one spot for like, well, they create one spot every
Mhm.
week, and they're gonna be there no matter what.
Yeah, that's what I
And
was
they just
thinking too.
they
Yeah,
jump
like
around.
I was looking to like maybe just stay in one spot just so everybody knows because I be
Mhm.
getting calls all day, like every day, like, oh, where you at today? Where you at today?
Yep.
So I'm like, maybe I should have like a permanent spot with the food truck, but I actually like moving around. And
Oh
I
yeah,
like to be
definitely.
able to move around, just to get different customers too. That like, somebody from like the east side will try it and then they'll
Mhm.
even make the drive to like the west side to try it. So
That's right.
Mhm.
I mean, that's basically what I had noticed. So every week they're at one specific
Mhm.
spot, but then Friday and Saturday they're over there, and we get
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I've noticed. I don't even wanna speak on negativity because there is negativity out there and it gets overwhelming, but don't let that discourage you at all. Just sign them off and
Mhm.
you're right there on your next order, please,
Yeah. No, I try to, but it's like I feel like I'm very like when somebody's upset, like I feel it strongly, you know what I mean? So it's like 10 people could be happy, like in front of me, and then somebody's upset and I'll be like, shoot, I need to fix it. I need to fix it. You know what I mean? Like I always want everybody to be, happy with their order or like, we took too long or,
Mm.
whatever it is. Like I always try to make every experience good. I try to, but now that like we're in person, like, face to face, now I feel like I can fix it right there and then instead of like being at the Highland, like I feel like people would call me and I'll be like, oh, like when was this? Like I wouldn't know who it was. I didn't know what they looked like or nothing. You know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like it's a better experience being face to face with people.
What is so special about your food?
Like me, I feel like I always try to stand out. Like I always try to be different from other, restaurants, from other food trucks. I always try to do something different. Like I always go and like check, does somebody else do this around me? And like I'll look everywhere, TikTok, and I'm like, no, nobody does it. Let me start doing that too. Like with the Cheeto balls, I would see some people do like the mac and cheese ones, but I was like, nobody does birria ones right now. I was like, let me try that. And then even with the quesadilla tamales, like nobody really was doing them at the time. That was like a long time ago. That was years ago when I started doing those. So I always tried to be different. I always tried to stand out from, other people, especially with like us having like pink sour cream. I feel like that kind of stands out too. And like a lot of people talk bad. They're like, oh, that's Pepto Bismol. You know what I mean? They talk bad, but I like things that stand out.
The people are funny.
Yeah.
Do you mind giving me a little breakdown of your menu?
Yeah, so like for example, tomorrow we're gonna have the birria Cheeto bombs. We have the birria egg rolls with like the hot Cheeto coated ones. We might have the quesadilla tamales. We're gonna have the hot Cheeto quesadilla tacos, and the birria fries. That's what we're gonna be having for the week and the weekend. That's in our food truck at least, but, like, before, like, when I used to sell from home, like, I used to do, like, barbacoa, I used to do, like, pozole, like, albóndigas, all that good stuff. I miss doing all that, but everyone's too about, so
What was like a moment in your experience where like things went completely south?
dang, I feel like it happens a lot, to be honest, like, especially because me, like, I always have to be moving around, like, I can't stay in one place for, like, more than, like, a year, like, I start getting, like, bored and I have to, like, do something different, I have to move around, like, I'm like that, like, with where I'm living too, like, I always have to be moving, I don't know why, so I feel like I always have to get, like, accustomed, so there's always, like, a change of the way I do things, so I feel like I always come across, like, little problems, like, like, even, like, being at the Highland, like, just sending out the orders and not being face to face with people, it's like, "Oh, do we think they want this? Do they not want this?" So it's like, I don't know, it's just, like, a lot of little problems like that, but
So did you start selling on Facebook first, or was that how did you get really popular and known on Facebook?
I feel like, yeah, that's where I started. I started only on Facebook. And like, kids these days, they'll be like, oh, that's just for moms. That's just for, older people. But I feel like that's where I have all my main supporters. Like, that's where I post everything. That's where, like, I post even my personal stuff. So I feel like that's where, like, people that know me as a person, I feel like that's where they all come from. But I was like, dang, like, nobody's really, like, on Facebook. Well, like, there is, but I guess, like, the kids say it's, like, older people. So I was like, "I need to start getting on TikTok or Instagram or something, YouTube." So I just started doing that, and it kinda blew up, like, pretty quick. So, yeah, that's why I feel like it's been going pretty good because I post everything to, like, YouTube, to TikTok, to Instagram, my Snapchat. So I feel like that's what, really helps me, like, having supporters through all social media.
Oh, your tattoos.
Oh, my tattoos? Oh, they
Um,
hurt. They
how
hurt.
many tattoos do you have?
I think I have I don't know. Like they're pretty big pieces, so it looks like I have a lot, but I think it's only like 20. It's only like 20 of them, but yeah, they freaking hurt. Like I would always see like people that are all tatted, and I'd be like, "Oh, I want to look like that." Like I want to be all tatted, but I couldn't take the pain. Like But I don't know, like lately it's like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. And like once I'm getting it, I'd be like, oh, I regret it so bad. I regret it so bad. But after they're done, I'm like, okay, I love it. Let me go get another one. You know what I mean? But yeah, they hurt so bad.
It's
People,
addicting.
yeah, some people be like, oh, it don't hurt. I'm like, it hurts. I almost passed out.
Yeah, I give you props because I have like two little ones, but that's nothing compared to what I got.
Yeah, and then like my chest one, like yeah, that one was very bad. But I had gone, I think it was like on my day off, and I was like on like almost no sleep. I didn't eat that day, and I almost passed out. It was really bad. Yeah.
What does this one say on your shoulder here?
Eso,
Yes.
la suerte me sonríe.
La suerte me sonríe.
Mhm,
That's beautiful.
mhm. Thank you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Sonora,
Sonora.
from Hermosillo.
That's right.
Hmm.
I mean, what's next for Jay's Cocina?
Right now I really just want to be doing like big events. I don't have really, I live day by day. I don't really plan. I barely even plan for the next day. So, for now we're looking to do events, looking to do little like the what are they called? Like the farmer
Mhm.
markets. We looking to maybe do those. Stuff like that. Just move around right now. For
Nice.
now.
What would you say one of your most viral clips are?
They're all the ones with Yera.
Yeah, no?
Yeah, all the ones with Yera, they go very viral.
I did see one where you gave her some hot Cheeto bombs and then she was in like her car and she went,
Oh yeah, she drives off. Yeah, and I think you saw her on Saturday, huh?
yeah, that was
Yeah,
pretty
she had a
awesome.
big order. She had a huge order, and like a lot of people were like, "Oh, like where's our food?" But she had like a huge order, so yeah.
What has been the most rewarding thing having a food truck so far?
Well, we've only sold for 2 days. I mean, we just got it, so I mean, I'm hoping for more profit because, yeah, like being like at the ghost kitchen, I feel like we were making a good amount of money, but it all went towards like rent, towards like because Uber takes like their percentage, DoorDash takes their percent, Grubhub. After that, I feel like I'm left with like nothing. So it's like we're hoping for more profit, hopefully, to do bigger things.
So you jumped into the food truck industry for less overhead and more profit.
Yeah, pretty much. And also having like that face to face interaction with people, more networking.
And
So
actually, I seen an article where you make 40% more in a food truck than in a restaurant.
no, I feel like it. I feel like it. Yeah, for sure. Like, cause being at the restaurant, I mean, there's still a lot of expenses, like either way, like if the generator goes out or like, whatever it is, like there's still a lot of expenses no matter what. Even our inventory, I feel like our inventory is pretty high compared to like, other food trucks just because like hot Cheetos are expensive, all that stuff. So I feel like our inventory is pretty high compared to others, but we still make it happen.
Have you worked in a restaurant before stepping into the food industry?
So my first job was actually working at Pollo Loco.
Or look,
Yeah, I worked there for a while, but um I worked there for like what, like maybe 4 years. I was assistant manager at some point. But I would move around a lot. But no matter where I would go, like I would go to Amazon a lot or the like Macy's warehouse a lot, and I would go back to Pollo Loco every time. So I was always back and forth everywhere. But no matter, I would end up back at Pollo Loco. But I feel like it was just more because I was familiar. So like I knew what to do. I knew. So I think that's why I always went back. It was like a toxic relationship type of thing.
so before you started selling food, you would make food content?
Yeah, so I used to do food reviews. Before I was even cooking, selling food, I used to do food reviews. So I feel like that's how I had like a little bit of a following. And when I started selling food, like I already had some customers, like a good amount of customers. But that was a long time ago. That was like maybe like 2018,
Oh
I want
wow.
to say. Maybe, yeah.
How you started selling food 7 years ago.
I started selling like 5 years ago, but I started like doing food reviews and like
Mm.
content like 7 years ago.
And then so you would sell from home and then you just got so much clientele you grew into the kitchen.
Pretty much, yeah, yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty awesome.
Mhm. Yeah, even before that, people would always say, get a restaurant. But back then, years ago, that's when I was like, I used to be like a heavy, heavy drinker. Like So all I wanted to do was make money to drink, like that's what's crazy, like people that know me from those days, they'll be like, oh, like she would not be where she's at if I was still drinking. I was a really bad drinker back then. But yeah. So I got sober and I was able to, level up.
That's right.
I was probably since like I first started selling, like I was never really like like um posted like on the side or like, sold food like that. I did probably some pop-ups, but it was mostly all social media, like mostly all Facebook. Mostly
Oh,
all Facebook.
tell me your experience doing a pop up.
That was a long time ago. Like that's a long time ago. And I used to, but it's crazy. I would only do tacos. I would only do quesadillas, and that's it. And I would still have like a good amount of support back then. But I feel like it's because like I'm very like like I mentioned, like I'm very supportive. So like you're gonna get back what you put out. Like
True.
I always try to support everybody I can as much as I possibly can. So I still get that support back, in return.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you for coming on to the podcast. Um,
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
absolutely. So it is called Heavy Hitters, and I think you're a heavy hitter. What you bring to the
Thank
table,
you.
you're knocking it out the park, and I'm proud of you.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
So where can people find you?
So we'll be posting our locations mostly on my Facebook and Instagram, but obviously I'm gonna try to post it everywhere, TikTok, all that. My Facebook is Jay's Cocina or JC. My Instagram is Jay's.Cocina and TikTok Jay's.Cocina as well. We'll be
Mm.
posting our locations on there.
Alrighty, well, thank you so much for coming on, and appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
Bye.